Hello, everyone. We hope you're having a good day. We are Team 9, and we are going to present to you the topic Distancing from Info. We are Sayuri, Veronica, and Melanie. Me.
Distancing expressions can be often used to stress the information is coming from secondhand and also from a specific source. Or this can happen when a writer is not sure of the sources.
Also, distancing expressions are the ones who help us to give the information when we are not certain of its veracity. And some of the strategies that can be used are by using the impersonal passive, hedging, and the verbs seem and appear. So, the first one is the impersonal passive. The use of the impersonal passive is commonly used in academic English, and this is to create a formality and also to develop an impersonal stance. So for the impersonal passive structures, the reporting verbs are the ones that are going to be used. There are many of them, and here's a list, but the most used ones are, for example, believe, expect, suggest, say, and think. So there are three structures that can be used for the impersonal passive. The first one says that you have to use it plus passive reporting verb plus that plus a clause. And here are three examples. The first one says, it is expected that students go back to school gradually. It was reported that only students without COVID symptoms can attend classes. And the last one is, it has been said that no more than 20 students can be in a classroom. As you can notice, you can use different verb tenses for depending of the sentence you're going to use. So it can be the simple present, the simple past, and the present perfect. The second structure says that you have to use a subject plus a passive reporting verb plus to plus infinitive. And the first example says, children are believed to always say the truth. She was thought to be the best writer of her generation, and salaries are expected to increase the next month. And here is the last one. In here, you use the pronoun there, plus the passive reporting verb, plus to, plus infinitive. And we have two ways to use it, two options, which are there are and there is. So it will be, there are said to be new health guidelines. And the second, there is believed to be a new donor for their organization.
Now we'll see hedging. As seen in previous classes, hedging can be a method to express hesitation, uncertainty, or that the information comes from a second source. Hedging also assists with providing politeness and indirectness in our writing. It has the purpose of making decisions about where you stand on a particular subject when you are writing. There also can be minimizing opposing claims. So when you grade your paper, another author cannot make claims that will reduce what you are saying. We also have acknowledging flaws in those claims, so we can learn and correct those mistakes instead of letting the paper be in a matter that it will be denied by others. Lastly, it has the purpose of conforming accepted style in academic writing, and this means that the phrasing of with the use of hedging will help us in writing, so the style is proper for an academic paper. We also have different categories in hedging, such as in introductory verbs, lexical verbs, modal verbs, and also adverbs of frequency, modal verbs, modal adjectives, and modal nouns. A few of these can be used to use phrases like, often people think that something might be true. Instead of we saying all the time or this time specifically, we generalize, and then the specification of what we are saying cannot be to apply to other cases. And next we have hedging expressions, like the first one, according to. According to help us to specify where information comes from, to give the source directly. Like according to the news, the economy will prosper. In this example, we are saying that the source for our saying is the news. Next, we have allegedly. This is something that can appear to be done, but there's actually no proof of it. So without the evidence, we cannot affirm that what we are saying is true. The example will be, she allegedly committed tax fraud. Next is apparently. Apparently means that we have read or heard in the past, but this is information may be not true. Apparently is going to be cloudy today is an example how we can say maybe, because I heard someone say that it's going to be cloudy, but that doesn't mean that what the person said is going to be true and that that day is going to be cloudy. So we say apparently it's going to be cloudy today. Then we have might or may, and this is something that is a possibility but is not necessarily true, and this might come from oneself. He might be absent today. Is the possibility, but at the end, we don't know for certain if this information is actually true. There's no guarantee of that.
Now I'm going to explain the seem and appear verbs. We use seem and appear to give information without saying that we definitely know it's true. In this way, we can distance ourselves from that information. And it is said that appear is like more formal than seem. Now, where I'm going to explain to you the structures. The first one is the it's plus seem or appears plus that and plus the clause. Some examples are the it and seems or appears that the new series will begin shooting in about 2 months. Or it seems that the disease is now under control. Or it appears that the two leaders are holding secret talks. Now the second structure is the subject plus seem and appear and plus the to infinitive. So these examples are from this structure that are Peter, the subject, plus seems, and to have being the to infinitive, learn from all his bad experiences, and then now she as a subject, and then appears to have many friends. And then lastly, we have the politicians seem to be working on the effects of climate change. So the seem or appear changes like depending on the subject, as you can see in the politicians, that is only seem, and in she is appears with the S. Now we have the it will seem, appear, that plus the clause. For this structure, we can use it like for distance even more from the information and make it sound like you are less sure. So some examples are that it will seem that someone left the building unlocked. Another example is it will appear that the situation is finally under control. And then it would seem that we all agree. We are not sure, like completely sure, but we are saying it like with the would. So thank you everyone. That's all from our part. We hope that you liked the presentation. If you have any doubts, any question, you can tell us on class time, and see you next time.